All right, let's talk about it. Welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome to Biracially Unfiltered, the podcast, a spiritual baddie podcast with your host, Nikki C. Tell you all the tips and tricks on how I manifested my dream life and how you can go ahead and manifest yours. Guys, today is a very special episode because we are being sponsored by the one and only Eco Village, and I'm so excited to have these wonderful ladies with us today to go ahead and express with us how they started their company, how they left the 9-to-5 to go ahead and manifest their dream life, their dream job, and really talk about the mental aspect of that and if leaving your 9-to-5 is even sustainable, if a dream life and if a dream job is sustainable, and what that kind of affects with your mental health. So I want to go ahead and introduce these lovely ladies and let them kind of talk about their concept and a little bit about themselves. So let's go ahead and introduce Chelsea and Liz.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, we're happy to be here.
So what can you tell my followers a little bit about yourself? Usually whenever I have guests on, I start off with a couple questions of what's your zodiac sign, what's your age, what do you do, and what makes you you? Because we're here on Be You, so what makes you you? So Chelsea, Liz, whoever wants to start.
Go ahead. Okay. My name is Chelsea Drew. I was born on September 18th, 1992, so that makes me a Virgo, big gang. We're just, we're out here, making moves and stuff. So I'm 31 years old, and the intro is usually like something for me that's just a mouthful, and it's really hard to introduce myself in a short series, but I'm a creative. I am slowly learning my way, learning all the things that I could actually incorporate with myself and learn. So I'm a business owner at Strength. So I own the House Collective, co-own the House Collective, co-own the Eco Village. And then I make clothes. I'm a musician. I kind of do a lot of different stuff. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. And Liz, what about you?
All right, Liz, aka Lizon. She's also thrifty. I am also the co-owner of the house in Eco Village. The phrase I give myself, I'm a multidisciplinary artist because I do a lot of things creatively, from graphic design to creating clothes and art. So, and birthday, August 31st, 1992. And I'm a Virgo.
So much grounding energy. So much grounding energy. Okay. I want to thank you both again just for being here and also choosing to sponsor today's episode. So thank you so much. If you want to learn on how to repurpose your clothes, Eco Village has great videos on their webpage on how to repurpose your clothes, how to make them look cool. Definitely go ahead and check them out too. They can be located on Instagram at EcoVillageCO for Colorado. So definitely go ahead and check them out. So today's episode, the real reason why everybody kind of came together and kind of the collective of what I wanted to talk about was what I say in the beginning of my intro, guys, is I'm trying to manifest my dream life. And I want to teach you guys how to manifest yours. And I wouldn't be somebody unless I was going to these people, being surrounded by people that aren't working a 9-to-5, that are out here taking the chances to manifest their dream life. So as you can tell, because you read the beginning of the episode and you clicked on it today, we are talking about 9-to-5 versus dream life. So I'm going to go ahead and ask these wonderful people kind of how they got started. Go ahead and ask them what is kind of a dream job and all that kind of stuff. So first things first, we asked Google, because I'm a millennial, and what is a dream job? So Google said that a dream job is a paid gig that is too good to be true. Isn't that sad? Isn't that so sad? I was like, dang, too good to be true. Wow. But I really want to talk to these people about really like what kind of got them from where they were to where they are now. I kind of want to start with ladies first. So ladies first, Miss Chelsea. Did you always work a 9-to-5, or were you somebody that just jumped right into your dream job, your dream career, and how was that for you?
So I started off, I've been working since I was 15 years old. So I started off working odd-end jobs. I worked at Carowinds. It was my first jobs. It was like an amusement park in North Carolina. I worked at Waffle House. I worked at American Eagle. I don't even want to plug all these different companies. Didn't deserve me. However, I worked a lot of jobs and got a lot of work-life experience to be able to kind of build up my resume. And then I went to college, so I went to East Carolina University, graduated from there. And then I
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
College is hard, so
Thank you.
I've never finished. So congratulations.
Thank
seriously.
you. So I have a degree in public health with a background in community studies. And so I kind of came into this whole thing and where I am now, just learning the ropes as far as environmental science and things. And when I was getting ready to graduate, my dream job was one that would allow me to travel, one that would allow me to have like a salaried position. I was so tired of like working odd end jobs and having to worry about the hourly pay and stuff like that. So I kind of just like started thinking about manifesting what it was, my opportunity. So I got that. So actually my first 9-to-5 job experience, I moved to Colorado Springs right after college in 2015. And my first 9-to-5 job was working as a government contractor. So I was an environmental health and safety engineer. And so I had big girl shoes to fill. And I got into that place talking my shit. I wasn't qualified for the job, to be honest, because I was the youngest person there, and they kind of like just took a chance on me as far as like what I was bringing to the table. I just have the gift of gab, and I can talk my shit and talk my way into any opportunity. So at that interview, I just showed my ass, and
you got it.
I got it.
So
they had me traveling like 25% of the year, but at the end of the day, like after 3 years of working for them, I kind of realized like, hey, this is not aligned with my passion. This is not aligned. I've always been a creative, and I'm like, this isn't going to allow me to do that. So I saved up my money, funded started tucking away to fund my creative projects. So I did a lot of other things. So I got my real estate license in that time. I was working. Yeah, I worked and I was still creating, still thrifting, creating clothes, making customs, doing things, selling things online. And I was just kind of like allowing my 9-to-5 to fund my business at that time.
Ooh, okay.
So getting to that point where I was ready to end it, then I had that enough stacked up to be able to fully go entrepreneur. So I created that opportunity for myself to be able to do that. Because when I first started being an entrepreneur, it was really hard. I wasn't making shit. I wasn't making any money. So I had to have that stack and that comfortability for myself, you know.
I got my first job was Chick-fil-A, so that was like all through high school to about like sophomore year of college. So I would go home on breaks and work. Like my bosses just love me. They still like message me on Facebook and stuff. So.
No, I feel it. My first job was Chipotle, like in my hometown. So like,
really?
yeah. So I felt that.
Yeah. So Chick-fil-A through college. It was at one point in time in college, I had 3 jobs. I worked at a hookah lounge. I worked at a daycare. It was like our university was here and the daycare was there. And I also worked at Banana Republic. So for like 1 year, I had 3 jobs just because I just wanted extra money because I wanted to move off campus. So I've always had a 9-to-5, but while I was in college is when I started my thrifting business. So it was just like a side hustle, but moving here made it actually my full-time job. Mm-hmm. So I originally moved here with my boyfriend so he could grow weed, and I kind of stopped thrifting, but then I met Chelsea at a pop-up, and she was just like, hey, I got this shop, you should like come sell some stuff. And I like sold my vintage stuff, and then she was like, but like you should really like try working here. So that's how it became a career for me versus it all the way up until 2012 being just a side hustle.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh, I love that for you. How, like, just like off the cuff question, like that ass, how was it for you, like, to hear that and to hear that you were able to give somebody their dream life? Like, really to be able to be like, no, I can give you the opportunity to quit this and to really make what you're passionate about something for you. Like, what was that like for you?
I mean, I think it was a spiritual process. Like you end up healing so you could heal others in a way. And I feel like my life has been that. It's like I understand things and I'm able to give things because it starts with me. I'm able to do it myself, and then my job and my role is to give to others. I'm like a servant, and it sucks sometimes. I'm like, dang, why do I have to, be this? But I don't question it in ways like that. I just keep going and just try to find the right people like Liz who will, appreciate it and will give back to me, and we can keep going because everything has to be mutually beneficial. It's not just me constantly pouring from my cup and never getting anything back. It has to be a mutual. And so like over the years, like Liz and I have created a synergy within ourselves as far as business goes, and it's a work in progress. It's not always easy. However, I just know that I was like always had that tap on my shoulder to do more so I could give more and be more and pour from my overflow, if that makes sense.
No, 100%. That's crazy because this Sunday, that's what my church service was about. So that's crazy. Yeah, Pastor Micah Todd. Yeah, love me some Pastor Micah Todd. What was it for you when you guys were kind of going through like that process of waiting, of that moment of like, no, I need to get the second job. No, I need to make the move. Like that had to be like a huge moment for you too, Liz. Like, picking up your entire life and really choosing to commit to this. So what was it like for you guys, like in that in-between stage? Because like I'm in that in-between stage of like having to commit and having to be like, no, is this really something that you're willing to actually do? Like, are you actually willing to post the content, to go ahead and make the video, to do all that? So what was that like for you guys in that middle stage?
I think my middle stage would be when I was in college. It was after I graduated. So in order for me to move to Colorado, I wanted to make sure I had a job. But before I moved here, I was doing AmeriCorps. So I did a year's service in Chattanooga, but it was at a thrift store. So at that point in time, I was working at Sherwin-Williams, which was my main job during college. Chill as hell job. Got to do my homework, work Sundays, get 5 customers in there doing my homework. But I had to make a decision between Sherwin-Williams and the thrift store. And I was like, well, I mean, I like thrifting. Like, I'm more passionate about clothes. So I was just like, hey, Justin, I got to put in my 2-week notice to do AmeriCorps. And the thing with the AmeriCorps, we were getting paid like poverty level because I was doing my year of service. So like, I took that leap and did that. So my boyfriend was our main source of income, and I was doing this and selling clothes. So that was the moment in time where like I had to choose, like, Sherwood was a good job. I was getting paid. I got paid into like a salary, but I was just like, I mean, I was an art major. I was learning about paint, getting that discount, but I was like, I really like thrifting and fashion. So like I had to choose. And because I chose that, I was able to do another year of service. So I was working in Denver as a community resource coordinator. So that's what I wanted to make sure I had a job before we moved here to Colorado. So since Bradley was the main source of income there, so he could be able to move here and do what he wanted to do. So it was like a trade-off.
Nice. And then was that kind of like the same similar situation for you? Did you go into like your middle phase like, no, I need to make sure like I have this stability before I kind of like make that big leap? Or did you just like full send?
So like Liz, I just had many trades and just many skills already built up like in my younger years. So I knew I had something to fall back on. When I was at the 9 to 5, it was like a point where I was making a salary. And like I mentioned before, it was a dream of mine to have a salary, to have that comfortability. But what I ended up sacrificing was my creativity in spite of that. And it didn't feel right. It was like something that was tapping me on the shoulder that was like, all right, these people are telling you that you're worth this amount, but what am I worth to myself? And I started asking myself that, like, okay, like Master P, like they offered him a record deal for $1 million. And he was like, yo, I gotta be worth like 4 or 5 times that if they offer me that just under the table. So I was inspired by that whole, like, just Master P, shout out Master P. But anyway, I was inspired by that because, I was like inspired by that entrepreneurial. And like you said, Tristan, like the creative entrepreneur, like, hey, somebody who funds and fuels their life and is able to take care of themselves by their creativity versus you having to sacrifice your creativity for what you need to do to make money.
And I feel like we have to do that so often, and we lose the side of the creativity. We lose sight of it completely. Just in our day-to-day, we wake up, we're like, my bills need to be paid today. I need to do this. And the creativity is sacrificed, and it's so tough because we have great ideas and we can accomplish so much in one day. And to waste it at a 9 to 5 sucks as a creative.
Right. And so like manifesting my dream job, so to speak, at the time, and things change and evolve over time, manifesting that, getting to that point, I was like, I could do this. Like, what if I thought bigger? What if I just manifested things in a different way and I didn't limit myself on what I could be? Like, what would it look like? And then similar to what you said earlier about the time, who knew? That was 2015. It's 2023 now.
About to be 2024.
It's been, I've been here for 8 years working on my dream, and it hasn't been easy. So in 2018 is when I finally made the switch over, because I was like, hey, I have enough stacked up and I have enough cushion and enough skills to fall back on. And I was still doing other things. I had my real estate license. I was selling houses, learning that trade. It ended up not being for me. Selling clothes online, making customs for people. I was teaching at the Air Force Academy just on the side, like with public health.
I love to hear that I'm not the only one.
No,
car detailing, house cleaning,
graphic design, websites.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you're like literally, if you took all your skills and made them a job and everything you know how to do, like you can get it all, whatever.
Well, I do want to thank you guys just for being here, and I do want to thank the Eco Village again for just sponsoring today's episode and really just like coming on and talking about how you guys manifested your dream life. I do want to ask you guys, what are your goals to keep manifesting your dream life? Are you satisfied where you are? Because that's completely okay. Or is there a goal that you are working towards? And is there any way that the spiritual baddies can help you manifest your dream life, because we're all family here at the Biracially Unfiltered family table. So how can we help you manifest your dream life?
I think personally, I'm getting back into just creating just for the sole purpose of creating and not having to monetize it, not having to sell it and stuff like that. So I am manifesting freedom for myself, not only financial freedom, but also just creative freedom. I feel like I have been working with, being creative, and I just want to be able to just do that, just be creative and just do whatever I want to do and just have the freedom to do it.
So where can my followers find you if they just want to see that raw, unfiltered creativity? Where can they follow you?
Y'all can follow me. It doesn't mean you're going to see that. But follow The House Collective, follow The House Thrift and Lounge, follow The House Collective Charlotte, follow The House Collective Vegas, follow Style House, follow Eco Village, follow Dear Summerfest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got like 9 Instagrams on my phone.
Yeah, I would say that's a good baseline. We didn't get to get too much into it, but that's a good baseline for a lot of the things that we do creatively.
Yeah, the past 4 years I've been solely focused on the shop. So now I'm getting back into my Lizon's creativity, and she's also thrifty. So that's what I'm focused more on for 2024. We built the house, we have a structure and all that. Now it's time for me to fill my room back up because it's empty. Got a couple boxes, but it's empty. But follow me on Instagram, Verified Sharon, Lizon. She's also thrifty. Like she said, Dear Summerfest, all the house shops. If you just type in the HAUSE, all the shops will come up. 5 of them.
5, guys. They got 5 shops. Ooh, manifest your dream life. Ooh, I'm talking about it. This has been such a great experience and just such a great opportunity, guys. Like, I'm not gonna joke. Like, I'm really geeking right now. I was so nervous. I was telling Chelsea, I was like, guys, I'm so nervous. I think I have to nervous poop. But honestly, it's unfiltered, guys. But I want you guys to have a great and absolutely wonderful rest of your night. Make sure you go outside, get some nature, stay. I don't know if I can swear on here. We're not gonna swear today. We can swear? Okay, we gonna stay unfiltered. And stay motherfucking unfiltered. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Make sure you go outside and manifest your dream life. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.